Is something wrong with me or is this common? Hey everyone, I'm 33 years old, single male, just curious. I was born and raised in Melbourne, went to primary and high school here, and I don't really know anyone. I don't have friends, male or female. People that I knew in the past all disappeared. Is this common, and how to actually meet people? I feel like it's me sometimes. I am 31, female, born and raised in Melbourne with literally no friends. I literally sit in my room all day, go to work and repeat, nothing else. It is fairly common. I can count my friends in one hand. I hardly hang out with them due to work and family. Usually to relax I'll go for dinner with my wife or go out for poker. Damn, there's plenty of us, so I'm not special, lol. Follow your interests or find new ones. Volunteering, join a sports club or hobby group, etc. Life can be isolated, but organized activities can be a good gateway into connection and more meaningful relationships. Don't underestimate the positive effect of acquaintances either. Definitely not alone. 36M, lifelong Melbourneite. Whole social circle just either kinda grew or exploded apart over the last 5 years. Basically the only people I speak to are partner, a family member, and you, of course, Reddit. No actual close friends for a while. It's actually common. Some people here are just being negative, but loneliness is a massive issue, especially for men in their late 20s to 30s. Download the Meetup app and find events where people get together for drinks after work or something. Usually a dozen or so people just like you attend these. Chat with people over drinks like this for a while, exchange numbers, and hang outside of the Meetup apps and boom, free friends. Shall we arrange a Melbourne meetup? Park outdoors? Optional bar afterwards, but can start in daytime, non-boozy. Pretty common to a certain degree. There's a lot of lonely people in the world. Relationships of all kinds require effort. People get older, interests change, relationships, kids, careers, etc. all impact the time we have. No, it's not you. I never had many friends growing up and I am 38 now. Been here since I was 3. Around your 30s people start getting married or having families, so the focus shifts to that and takes away from time to hang out with friends. In the same vein, it's also very hard to make friends as an adult because it takes much more effort now. Quite often I find myself deciding that I want to go out and meet other people, but then I never have the time. Oh wow. This is interesting to hear this from Melbourneers. I'm from the UK, female, 38. Melbourne is home now, but recently all my friends have moved away. Thing is, as you get older, keeping friends, making new ones becomes work. You have to start making a real effort on every level. You get in touch, you make the plans, you follow through and turn up. If you don't consciously decide to make and keep friends, it's not going to happen. Those around you once you hit 30 and beyond are busy people who are tired after work and have commitments on the weekend. If you just expect people to come into your life and hang out, it's not going to happen. This thread makes me sad. Capitalism works us so hard we hardly have time to build friendships and community. Individualism is fragmenting society. You really have to work hard now to find this, but you can regain the power and love from community. Are you me? Even with kids and partner taking up my time, I'm very lonely. Won't plan a wedding because I have no one to invite apart from family. Very sad. Incredibly common. It's made more prevalent if you live in the outer suburbs, or have hobbies which are predominantly solo: gaming, cycling, painting, reading, baking, and worse if you go into a fully remote job. And yes, it is you. And many other people. Everyone's common advice is get involved in hobbies and social clubs. The problem with that is that it sucks if you're only doing the hobby because you want interaction and close relationships with people. The hobby becomes a burden you're having to suffer through just to have those interactions. 19-year-old female. I have friends, but I sit in my room 95% of the time, only really leave for work and a very rare outing, which is usually me going to the cinema by myself. Editageable. This comment gave me 3 over 30-year-olds in my DMs. This is pretty normal these days, at least. So many people have no friends after high school. People graduate year 12, hang out for a while, then start grinding work, school, and all of a sudden you haven't spoken to your mates in over a decade, and you just don't make any at work or uni. And I thought I was the only one thinking this way. So lonely. I don't have many friends outside of family and one friend I've known for 30 years. Is anyone else ND? I used to do housekeeping for the elderly. You would be surprised and a bit saddened how common this experience is. It's an invisible sort of loneliness. I cannot say that I'm the same case as I moved to Melbourne from overseas nearly 4 years ago, however I do struggle a lot to make friends. It was never easy for me to reach out to people when I was younger, had a handful of friends and that's it. Some of them disappeared from my life and never heard from again, and now that I'm at my 40s feels even worse and challenging to make friends. Anyway, I'm a 41M, live near the city, and if anyone would like to chat just reach out. The last 12 months have been the loneliest time of my life. 46M, been in Melbourne for almost 20 years now, works great, but I have no idea about life outside of that after my wife had an affair and left me. My family and all friends outside of work are in NSW, so it's been a long year of wash, rinse, repeat for me. It's a loop I'm looking at breaking soon now I've got my head right after what happened to me. I think people have covered it pretty well here. It's often said that one of Jesus's most underrated miracles was having 12 close friends in his 30s. Don't get discouraged, friends aren't easy. M34 couldn't say I never felt more alone than in my 30s. It's common. I found a whole new group in my 30s due to couch surfers, but meetup would be similar. 33, born and raised here, wouldn't have a clue how to make friends. I don't think there's anything wrong with you, it just happens when we grow older, we grow from our friends and family as well. Have you gone out to meet new people since? It may be worth a try. Meeting new people is a fun adventure and you never know who you'll be connecting with. Most of the friends I have are in my past now. I take this alone time to mostly work on myself, my health and certain goals. I am also 30. I'm down for whatever. I don't know how to hang out with new people without spending more money than I'd like, and/or drinking. I don't think we have many inexpensive options that are relaxed, until you're hanging out at home again. I don't have many friends myself. Sure, going to meetups and social clubs you meet people, but growing those acquaintances into friendships require time and effort. If you work a full-time job and have a partner, there really isn't that much free time. I'm also precious with my alone time because my social jar is tiny. There was an article or podcast or something, and for the life of me I can't find it. Was about a guy realizing his wife had friends and regularly went on lunch dates etc. with them and he couldn't maintain any friendships, and went through stats and stuff surrounding this. So it seems to be very common amongst men in your age bracket. What a great post and huge outpouring of people with similar predicaments and suggestions to help. I'm 37M and live in the city near Queen Vic Markets, would love a gym buddy, someone to drink with occasionally, someone to share dinner with, bike ride, badminton, or just sit and talk at Flagstaff. Basically just some local friends. There's so many people around me in all the apartment buildings, but it's hard to get people to open up and be free. There is an old joke that the least realistic thing about the Bible is a 32-year-old with 12 close friends. 54, no real friends, just work colleagues, wife, kids, and in-laws. I oddly unintentionally made heaps of new friends collecting rare plants. I see them more often than my high school friends and other friends. Do you have any hobbies? 25M if you want someone to talk to. I'm in Geelong. Mid-40s. My friends are basically my wife's family and her friends. Misplaced all but 3 or 4 of my own. Get a hobby, and try and find local groups for doing whatever it is you want to. Try to find like-minded people. Maybe book film clubs? Gaming? Painting? Happened to me too. Join an improved class or something like that. Most of the people are single and looking for romance, and if they can't find that, they'll settle for friends.